Hello, and welcome to my channel, where I mostly share my love of fragrance and enjoying my collection. In this video, I'm going to be reviewing the brand new Ariana Grande fragrance duo of Mod Vanilla and Mod Blush. Thank you so much for stopping by, and let's get started. Ariana Grande launched two new perfumes at Ulta on December 1st, called Mod Vanilla and Mod Blush. I previously did a first impression on the minis of these scents in my Ariana Grande Fragrance Vault video, which I'll link in the description box if you want to check that out. I picked up both scents in the full size, which are 3.4 ounces. They also now have a gift set with both scents in 1 ounce bottles if you'd prefer to get the duo together. First off, let's talk about the packaging. Apparently, Ariana is a fan of the 60s mod era, so that was the inspiration for the design. I can't say I'm a huge fan. It kind of looks sort of like an egg to me, but I can appreciate the nod to the era. The outer bottles feel a bit like ceramic, but I think they're actually a heavyweight plastic, and the inner portion is frosted glass. Overall, the bottles are kind of weighty, and they fit nicely in my hand, but I still find them a bit more awkward to spray versus a more traditional shaped perfume bottle. And moving on to the reviews, I'll go ahead and start with Mod Vanilla, which comes in the white packaging. And this one has top notes of pink freesia, juicy plum, and creamy musks, mid notes of orris butter, white praline, and jasmine petals, and base notes of vanilla absolute and cocoa butter. And in my original review, I mentioned that this had a feeling of cloud in it, and I guess that was accurate because Ariana has since mentioned that cloud is like the younger sister to Mod Vanilla. It also reminds me a bit of Sol de Janeiro Cheirosa 68 if you're not familiar with cloud. And Mod Vanilla opens very sweet, with a mix of vanilla and that cloud DNA. There's also an underlying fruitiness from the juicy plum that's a bit dark and syrupy. And the floral notes are present but quite soft. You can pick up on the florals, but I definitely wouldn't describe this as a floral fragrance. The scent becomes more powdery as it dries, with the beautiful orris coming in, and I love how the powderiness just envelops you. When the praline and vanilla come in, they add a thick layer of sweetness, but I can't pick out the praline specifically. And in the dry down, I do get whiffs of the cocoa butter, which smells like a delicious milky chocolate, but it doesn't overpower the vanilla. And I think that the scent is aptly named because the vanilla is present throughout the life of the fragrance, and I think it smells absolutely amazing. Keep in mind that while it's very sweet and gourmand, it's not a sugary, candy-like vanilla. It's a warm, fresh-smelling vanilla. And combined with the powderiness, it actually smells a lot like marshmallow to me, even though that's not a listed note. So if you like gourmand scents, I would definitely recommend you give Mod Vanilla a try. I think overall, it's a very powdery, warm, marshmallowy vanilla that's creamy and sweet and just delicious. I've seen a couple comments that Mod Vanilla is a combination of Cloud and God is a Woman, and so I tried layering those, and while there are some similar notes, I don't think that the combo smells like Mod Vanilla. I actually don't care that much for God is a Woman because of the overwhelming pear note, and when I layer it with Cloud, I do get some of the warm, powdery feeling that's in Mod Vanilla, but it's just overwhelmed by the pear. So I just don't get the delicious marshmallow sweetness of Mod Vanilla in the combo of God is a Woman and Cloud. And for those who watched my review of the Ariana Grande Fragrance Vault, where I featured previews of the new mod scents, here is what the full-size bottle looks like compared to the mini from the vault for reference. And then moving on to Mod Blush, this comes in the cute blush pink packaging, which I think is really pretty. And this has top notes of passion fruit, Italian bergamot, bright raspberry, and pink pepper, mid notes of dewy magnolia, pink rose petals, and juicy pear, and base notes of ambrox, dreamwood, and radiant musks. And this one opens up quite fruity, and the notes are all pretty identifiable. I can pick up the passion fruit, the bergamot, and the raspberry, overlaid with a lot of that sharp pink pepper. It's a bit strong at this stage, but the scent begins to soften as the florals start to come in. The rose is quite prominent, and the pear is subtly sweet, and not at all overwhelming if you don't care for pear in your fragrance like me. I'm kind of pleased that in my first impression, when we didn't have the notes available, I had guessed that there was citrus, berries, pear, a floral note, and amber in this scent. Although it's actually ambrox instead of amber, I was overall pretty close. I think that shows that the notes in this scent are all pretty discernible. And as the scent dries further, the fruity notes, the pink pepper, and the florals have really softened, and the ambrox brings in some warmth along with the woods and musk. The rose is still present and smells a bit green at this point. And overall, I find that the scent feels creamy and soft, and I describe it as a light, woody floral with hints of raspberry. I do like it, but I wish that it had a sweeter note to round it out, but it is still overall a nice fragrance. Between the two fragrances, Maud Vanilla is definitely my favorite, which isn't surprising since I love vanilla perfumes. It's a sweet, warm, and powdery vanilla that reminds me of marshmallow, and I think it's just delicious. Maud Blush is a lighter, woody floral with fruity touches, and I think that it's nice, but I don't think that it's a must-have for me, although I am glad to have it in my collection. I have to say that right now, Maud Vanilla is probably my favorite Ariana scent, and I have all of them except for Thank You Next 2.0. I already loved Ari, Cloud, Sweet Like Candy, and Moonlight, but I feel like I will reach for Maud Vanilla much more than all of those. I also wanted to quickly mention a layering option for each of these fragrances. I feel like Bath & Body Works must have been reading Ariana's mind, because when I thought about layering combos for these, I immediately thought of their new Wrapped in Vanilla and Blush Cardigan fragrances. Bath & Body Works Wrapped in Vanilla has notes of soft vanilla, velvet sugar, and chantilly creme. And it's a super sweet gourmand vanilla with hints of cream and sugary icing. When I layer this with Maud Vanilla, it really amps up the vanilla. At first, it's super gourmand because Wrapped in Vanilla smells a bit like vanilla cake at first, but once it dries, I'm left with the warm, powdery, marshmallowy vanilla of Maud Vanilla, sweetened by the sugary icing and creme in Wrapped in Vanilla. So if you think Maud Vanilla isn't sugary sweet enough for you, I think that this pairing will be perfect. And Bath & Body Works Blush Cardigan has notes of sweet raspberries, sugar-dipped violet, and warm amber. And it's a soft, powdery violet with sweet raspberry and warm amber. And when I layer it with Maud Blush, I get the soft, woody floral of Maud Blush with the added candied raspberry sweetness and powdery violet of Blush Cardigan. I really love this combo, and it makes me like Maud Blush even more. So that's it for my review of the new Ariana Grande fragrance duo of Maud Vanilla and Maud Blush. I'm really happy that she came out with some new scents, especially because I absolutely love Maud Vanilla and think it will be a new favorite of mine. Let me know what you think of these fragrances and if you're planning to pick them up. Thank you for watching. I hope that you'll subscribe, and I'll see you in my next video.